Welcome back to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium on a Wabaka Land semi-final one of the DeFris tournament between the first place New South Wales and the fourth place Victoria after the round robin. I'm Eric Brook, and alongside me for the first time, Rob Dushman. Hello, Rob.
Hello, Eric. How are you?
Mate, pleasure to be here. We're usually on opposite shifts.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got the day shift, and Dawn and I have been covering the early starts and the late nights. So we made a bit of a joke last night that if you want to tune into a shootout as well, you can tune into us because we've had 4 of them, I think. So my pleasure to work with you, Eric. A bit of a legend in broadcast circles around Australia. So.
Thank you, Rob. So here we are, semi-finals time. The undefeated New South Wales against Victoria. Let's have a look how the two teams got here. New South Wales undefeated with a big win against ACT, a moderate win against South Australia, a big win against Queensland, a smaller win against WA, and a big win the last time these two teams met yesterday afternoon, 14-2. Having a look at Victoria, they won against Queensland on Friday, a win against ACT on Sunday. They won in a shootout against WA on Sunday, and then they had a big loss, as I mentioned, to New South Wales yesterday, and a 5-0 loss this morning against South Australia.
Yeah, we're at the business end of the tournament here, Eric. Semi-final action this afternoon, and look, I mean, New South Wales have been very strong, and they're going to hope to keep rolling, and I guess they have done it pretty easily. So I guess the challenge for them is to get up for this semi-final, see if they can lift their game a little bit higher. And as far as Vic goes, they're an all-around solid team. There's going to be a lot of pressure on goaltender Jamison today, I think, and probably the key for them is to shut down Hugo Arps, who is leading the tournament pretty handily in scoring. Absolutely, he is. Now, you and Dawn were mentioning that to remain undefeated, you have to win 7 games. So New South Wales partially way there, but Victoria, they won't give up fighting, that's for sure. Absolutely not. We did mention it earlier in the broadcast. We've coached a few of these teams, and we've had a couple of undefeated teams, and it's really scary when you have an undefeated run going in these national championships. It's hard to keep going. So having a look at the goaltending situation for Victoria, Seamus Jamison, and New South Wales have the choice between Louis Marr and Kay Stolley. It's really hard because the team's been undefeated. There's obviously not one strong goalie, and it's very hard when you're just looking at raw stats. Yeah, absolutely, Eric, and I guess we're going to find out very shortly who New South Wales have elected to go with. Coach Derek Downey. I mean, he does have the luxury. They're both quality goalies, and either one probably could handle the mission today. So having a look on the split screen, New South Wales in sky blue on the top, Victoria on the bottom in their Victorian blue. I'm just going to say that because I can't really think what actual shade of blue that is. Bit of navy blue, I'd say. Navy blue, royal blue, very, very, very similar. Before we go, Rob, what's your food of choice at the cafe? My food of choice? Well, look, I'm a bit partial to jelly beans. Jelly beans? Yeah, so I'm not going for the deep fried things or anything like that, but I normally can get a bag of jelly beans pretty much every time I'm here. So we've had a lot of love for toasties from Mel, some hot chips from myself and from Gavin, and so jelly beans. Wasn't expecting that one. Yeah, jelly beans. So Hunter for Victoria against Hugo Arps for New South Wales to start things off. Semi-final number 1 between Victoria and New South Wales, and we're underway. Victoria looking to get out of the slot. Lots of crowd support for both teams. It'll come back down for Victoria in towards Cafe Corner. They wander out via Nelson. Billy Simmons now behind his own net for Victoria. Right-hand side, connecting well with Z now, crossing all the lines, getting sent wide in towards Zamboni corner. Backed up there by Hunter. Had the pocket picked. Coming up now for Arps, who's been fantastic this tournament. Trying to squeeze through some gaps. Managed to squeeze through some gaps. Found some support in Hudson Lesk. And 1-0 New South Wales. That's probably not the start Victoria wanted to get off to, Eric. And look, it's a bit unfortunate for them because the defense really played Arps well on that and closed ranks and shut him down. But the puck managed to slide through and ended up right on the tape of Hudson Lesk, who as a defenseman, I'm not quite sure why he was up there that far. But look, he loves to score, and it's all of a sudden 1-0 for New South Wales.
So here we go again. New South Wales now looking to defend. Downey back now for New South Wales via Arps. Got an assist on the first goal. Arps getting forced wide. Good poke check there by Victoria by Davey in the corner. Victoria working out of their own end. Davey with a lot of work to do. Here's Chambers entering the zone. Squeezing past a couple out. Good save there. Rushing the net and coming out now New South Wales via Downey near his own bench. And that will come back now for Downey. Entering the zone, he's got Arps for company, firing high. No action required by Jamieson. Into Cafe corner. New South Wales again firing high and wide. Poppy Noon keeping it in the zone now for New South Wales. Sending Zeal in the corner and high out of play at the netting.
And Victoria with a good opportunity there off the back of Avery Willett driving down the left side. Shot on goal and a rebound. That's Kai Stoley getting the start for New South Wales. Lucas Chambers was Johnny on the spot with the rebound and a good opportunity for Victoria. And look, that's pretty much what they needed to do to answer back with against that goal. They had to get some attacking play and some time in New South Wales zone.
But unfortunately for Victoria, Rob, we've got a penalty. New South Wales are on the power play. We'll get confirmation of that one that comes down the line. Here comes New South Wales now via Arps. Arps now just elected to go backwards. Getting dispossessed by Hunter. Hunter on the charge. Wide watch there by Stoley. It'll come back for New South Wales. New South Wales in Zamboni corner. Stretch pass, cross ice pass now. New South Wales with lots of spirit, hope and determination. Here's Taylor Nelson behind her own net. Lots of support for Victoria in the signs that you can see behind the Victorian net on the glass. Kept in the zone via Arps. In some traffic, can't pull the trigger. Vandersteen on, one of the so-named Three Ninjas, the self-titled name for that line. Centering pass. Downey almost intercepted. Arps busy. Arps in traffic. Downey one-timer across the face of goal. No action required. Kept in the zone by New South Wales. Still on the power play for the next 52 seconds. Here's Arps again. Arps through traffic, high and out of play.
Well, that's a pretty good penalty kill from Victoria so far. They're maintaining good position in their box formation. Taylor Nelson getting a stick in there on Hugo Arps, and that's going to be key to their success. And one of the things that they can do to shut him down is get sticks on his stick. When the puck's on his stick, he's looking to shoot. So sticks in lane, sticks on his. That's going to help them a lot.
Kept in the zone via Arps. 40 seconds of the New South Wales power play. Cafe corner. Victoria just looking to clear it out. New South Wales, from a Victorian point of view, have spent too much time down here. Here's Lesk. Cross ice pass now. Trying to find and does find Downey. And Downey entered the zone before the puck did. Okay, so the penalty was for delay of game against Victoria.
Yeah, and that one might have been a shot directly out of play from the defending zone into the mesh, possibly. So 25 seconds left in that power play for New South Wales.
Victoria short-handed for the next 22 seconds. New South Wales working it out of their defensive end. All the way back down into Zamboni corner. Z now with it. Battling near the door of doom. I hope you don't have any stories about the door of doom over there, Rob.
I do not.
You must be the only person in the rink. Up against the boards in Zamboni corner. Puck needs to continue to move to the satisfaction of the officials. Back to full strength. Good penalty killing by Victoria. Referee very patient with that puck movement or lack thereof. coming out of the zone. Here comes New South Wales on the left-hand side. Here's Lesk now. Into the boards there by Lau, throwing a good hit. Captain, or not kept into the zone by New South Wales. So Victoria with a bit of breathing space here. 10:55 remaining in the first. New South Wales with it on the left-hand side. Just happy to try and promote the puck. But that, Rob, will come back for icing.
Yeah, that's gone for icing. And Eric, the tide's turned a little bit here. New South Wales got off to a bit of a hot start on that goal, but they're looking a little disjointed here in the last couple of minutes, and I think that's credit to Victoria. They got the penalty kill. They got some momentum out of that, and they're putting some pressure and clogging up the neutral zone on New South Wales for sure now.
So an attacking zone face-off for Victoria. Captain Nelson, cross-ice pass, almost intercepted by New South Wales. Kept in the zone via Davey. Williott chasing the puck now into Zamboni corner. Back now for Davey. Uses the boards. Finds Williott. Did have a player in front of the net who's come back up now, Chambers. New South Wales should be able to clear it out via their right-hand side there. Contact up against the boards. 10:20 remaining. Using the glass, trying to clear it out. Back into neutralised McConnell briefly. Tapped on. Here comes New South Wales through Calhoun. Back into neutral ice. Great atmosphere for what is essentially weekday hockey, Rob.
Yeah, it's fantastic. There's a large contingent of New South Wales people, as you'd expect, but the Vic side's doing well too. They've got their looks like they've got their Steph Boxall women's team here supporting them, which is fantastic.
So great opportunity for Victoria. Kept in the zone by Victoria on the left-hand side. Not really caught into action yet, Stolly. Victoria now looking to go on the attack. Good save there by Stolly on the left-hand post.
And another good shift for Victoria there, particularly Willard controlling the puck down low, working well behind the net. He's a very good player, and Victoria now with the face-off to the left side of goaltender Kai Stolly.
So back now attacking zone face-off, one there by Hunter. New South Wales doing a good job of clearing it out. Billy Simmons looking to attack the puck, kept in there by Adams. Out of the zone now. Here comes New South Wales. Vandersteen, one of the three ninjas, going across the lanes, finding fellow ninja in Mil Steffen. See them in action in the Ginsberg tournament as well. Mil Steffen in some traffic. Taken over there by Hunter. Hunter now with it. Vandersteen. Reinforcements arrive. Back into neutral ice. New South Wales briefly trying to find Mil Steffen. C comes down, collision, play continues. Zamboni corner. Heavy contact up against the boards. Victoria just trying to clear it out. New South Wales with all the time in the world. Clearing it out, getting around one. Keeping it in the zone, Victoria. Up against the boards is Hayden Boyd. Boyd under some pressure. Needs to clear it out. Quick decisions needed. Kept in the zone there by Adams. The intensity, Rob, from Victoria stepped up from this morning. I don't know if that's semi-final pressure or not, but they've certainly picked up the pace.
Absolutely, Eric. They're looking really good at this point. 8:20 left in the first period.
So Adams now has got Simmons for company, just electing to take things back for the moment, using a backdoor escape route, left-hand side to right-hand side, losing possession, Super Nintendo Chalmers, and it will come back now on the right-hand side for Victoria, trying to clear it out of their defensive zone. They do. It's left now for Draper. Draper now, icing waved off earlier because of the touch on the way through. It'll come back now for Calhoun. Calhoun dropping it off now for Arps. Arps fires deflected on the way through. The puck's still free, and the puck's in the back of the net. Unfortunately, Victoria just couldn't clear it out of the slot. 2-0 New South Wales.
Yeah, very similar goal to the first one. Again, just a bit unlucky with the bounce there. Nelson with the stick on Arps on the shot and deflected it. Just Jamison unable to corral the rebound, and Aiden Downey is Johnny on the spot there for the rebound, and he's not going to make a mistake there with the empty net.
There was only so much there that Jamison could do, so Downey has one. Back now for Arps. So Arps has 2 assists so far. Arps wanders in. Good save there by Simmons. Back into neutral ice. Here's Draper. Draper with it. Tapped into the zone. Here's Nelson, the skipper of Victoria, out as far as Lesk. Lesk wide. New South Wales working it out. They need somebody to drive the net now, clearing it out. Downey will keep it in the New South Wales attacking end. Downey around a couple, trying to go around a third, centering, lots of players in the slot, and that will come all the way back down for Hudson Lesk at his defensive end. Nice, crisp passing. Centre ice. Let's see which way will Downey go. He'll go straight down the middle, saved. Had to play on, had to flick it on, and did. New South Wales still in possession. Downey spins out of the hit. Centering, Lesk. That's his second of the game, Lesk. And the carnage is starting to build. The mountain is starting to climb for New South Wales. The mountain is getting bigger by the minute.
Yeah, and Jamieson was stellar there for a couple of minutes and made a couple of really great saves, but not much of a chance on that one. Pass from Calhoun out to Lesk, and given the opportunity to walk in, he had made no mistake going top shelf glove side.
So I was talking to Coach Downey before the game, and it's just not a case of let's pass it to Arps, let's pass it to Downey. There's a real sense of teamwork amongst the whole team. Downey and Arps want the whole team to do well as well. It's just not all about them, which is pleasant to see, because it could be tempting just to pass it to them and let them make it 50-0.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a team sport, Eric, and I love that sort of thing. You know, that's just good coaching, and you know, it's easy for a coach that has a couple of superstar players to just say, look, go carry the puck and score goals for us. But you know, the good coaches don't do that. So
New South Wales now in possession. Simmons down there. Rather, Jamieson down there has had to be busy. Here's Chambers now. Chambers trying to centre. Has a little bit of support in the slot there by Davey, who's moved over towards Zamboni corner. 5:45 remaining in the first. New South Wales 3-0. A little bit of confusion. New South Wales players running into each other. Here's a turnover. Here's Hunter. Hunter enters the zone, but is all alone at the moment. Kept back there by Bryan. Bryan with it now for New South Wales. 5.5 remaining in the first. Here's Billy Simmons now firing, and a good save there by Stolly. Victoria, Robert, got some big boppers of their own.
Yeah, they do. We talked in a few games about the size of these kids in this age group. A lot of them have hit the growth spurt and very tall, and there are a few that are a little bit behind with the growth spurt. So you get a bit of size difference. Yeah, a few of the taller boys and girls, you know, they're going to take a little bit to grow into their bodies and get much better. But you know, you're absolutely right. There's some big players in this tournament.
I don't know what you were doing at the age of 14 or 15, Rob, but I certainly wasn't doing this.
Well, yeah, I was doing it since I was 3, so I actually was. and I'm still probably doing it.
See, now, deflected out of play at the New South Wales bench. That got Van der Steen on the way out. That came through rapidly. That stung him too, I think, Van der Steen.
Yeah, he's not coming off.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for Victoria. One there by Hunter. Fired there. One big bopper to another, and they've started to climb the mountain. That's Billy Simmons.
And that's just a set play right off the face-off, Eric. Draw back to Simmons. Wrist shot. Beat Stoley blocker side. And that'll give Victoria some momentum. They're actually out shooting New South Wales 7-5. I mean, it's not showing on the scoreboard, but I think the game's a little bit more even than the 3-1 scoreline reflects. And Victoria, that's exactly what they needed to do at this point in the game.
5:07 remaining in the first period. 3-1 now to New South Wales. So to come back now for Lesk. Lesk now just electing to go behind his own goal line. Right-hand side, clearing it out, back in towards neutral ice. Here's Sonny Rogers in the untraditional number 1 for a skater. Back now for Filelka, going the aerial route. Driving it down to himself is Draper. Draper's got some options. Backhanded shovel, clearing it out now. New South Wales back into centre ice briefly. Downey, Arps. Arps can't get possession. Back into neutral ice for Lesk. 2 goals already for Lesk. Around a couple. Here go Arps looking to take over. Arps getting through a couple, trying to get through a third, gets through a third, in some traffic. They can't get a shot away. A lot of stick holding there. Penalty boxes remain closed. Lesk entering the zone on the right-hand side, New South Wales. New South Wales coming into skate higher corner. Rogers with the good tap on. Victoria working out of their zone. Falelka back now for Lau, who's been impressive. Lau looking to enter the zone, getting all leaned on. Penalty coming, and a bit of pushy-shovey afterwards. This game, Rob's erupting.
Yeah, that's going to be Lesk for holding. And you mentioned Lau. He's a very, very strong skater. He went wide on, I think it's Draper actually going. Draper's going. Well, Lesk, Draper with the hold to slow him down. He had him beat, Lau, and was driving to the net. I'm not sure if that penalty's probably not a bad one, because it prevented that scoring opportunity from happening.
Attacking zone face-off and start of the Victorian power play. 3:50 on the big clock. 2 minutes on the small clock in the favour of Victoria. Willia will take the attacking zone face-off. We saw what happened last time with the Simmons goal from Hunter. New South Wales short-handed, kept in the zone via Preston. Zamboni corner. Downey, backhanded shovel back in towards neutral ice. Lau has to turn and chase.
One thing Victoria will have to watch is Zeal and Arps. They'll hunt on the penalty kill. They'll try to get a shorty. They won't back down.
Back now, here comes Chambers entering the zone for Victoria. Happy to dump and chase. And that'll come back now for New South Wales, looking to clear it out. Minute 25 remaining of the Victorian power play. Comes back in towards neutral ice, and it's left now for Lau. He'll come back all the way back to his defensive end to start the next wave. Has options left and right. Goes towards the left-hand side. Nice pass, but it turned over. It was a bit too strong in the end. Sent back. Billy Simmons coming back onto the ice now for Victoria. Scorer of their goal. Getting around one was Hunter. Hunter now walking in. Hunter can't pull the trigger. Centering. Deflected. It was a great idea. Back now, Simmons can't get it in. And it came out of the zone. I don't think Victoria realised. Very generous with the delayed offside. That'll come back now for Preston. All the way at his defensive end with 39 seconds remaining of the Victoria power play. Left-hand side now. Here comes Victoria. Onto Simmons now. Simmons around Zeal. Simmons driving the net in front. An opportunity, but the deflection went wide. Back now, Simmons. There's a battle. Simmons and Arps. Arps gets the better of that one. Arps looking to go for the shorty. Exactly as you described it. A short-handed goal. Hugo Arps. You can't keep him out of the game for long.
No, you can't. It's very difficult to control him, and given some time and space, he's going to make you pay. And it doesn't matter if they're on the penalty kill. We've seen it time and time again this week. They will take opportunities to create some offense while short-handed, and that's exactly what happened. That's unfortunate for Victoria.
So 2:07 on the big clock, 17 seconds on the power play clock for Victoria. Just conceding a short-handed goal now, 4-1. So back to centre ice we go. New South Wales, Downey, just happy to fling it straight up the ice, and that one's hit the roof.
I think that went off Zeal's head, actually, up into the roof. So, yeah, Zeal's going back to, said stop hitting me in the head with the puck, Downey.
You're not supposed to hit me in the head. I'm on your team, buddy. Back now for New South Wales to clear it out again. Of course, sometimes, Rob, when you're a team like New South Wales, you can just keep on going, just not trying to clear it out like a normal penalty kill.
Absolutely, Eric. They're pretty keen to string some passes together, even on the penalty kill. They just don't dump it down the ice blindly. That can be a little problematic against certain teams if you don't take that opportunity to ice the puck and give it,
good
pass
work.
Up those opportunities. There's another penalty on the play here.
So good work there by Arps. Penalty box door will be opening against Victoria. So a power play coming up for New South Wales.
And that's Fialka heading to the penalty box, number 88.
2 minutes for hook. Attacking zone face-off and power play coming up for New South Wales. 1:26 on the big clock, 2 minutes on the small clock in the favour of the New South Wales power play. Victoria do a good job of clearing it out. It will come all the way back down to the defensive goal line. That's left now for New South Wales to clear it out. Resnick just happy to tap it on. Lau bringing it back, getting pressured there by Azil. All the way back down, safety first. Got to watch sometimes, Rob, the rebound off the back wall like that one.
You got to watch those ones.
You got to watch a turnover like that too. That was unfortunate from Poppy Noon in front. New South Wales clear it out, erase that one out of the memory. Shot goes wide, no action required. New South Wales, minute 20 on their power play, 45 seconds in the period. Hunter up against one other. Leal centre ice. It was good work by Resnick. New South Wales with it. Just happy to try and dump it in on the right-hand side. Taking Hunter along with him, William. Entering the zone now, leaving the puck behind. And there's Hunter, 22 seconds in the period. Victoria short-handed. Just happy to dump it in, going wide there of Stolly. No action required. Here comes the big bopper in Zeal. Around a couple, squeezing through, firing slightly higher, slightly wide. And there is the rebound in the back of the net. 5-1 now on a power play goal to New South Wales.
That's almost like you called it, the rebound off the backboards, Eric. Hard shot by Zeal over the net, off the backboards. Unfortunate for Jamison, he came out to play that shot and cut down the angle, played it well, but the bounce off the backboards was really hot, right onto McConnell's stick, and he had the empty net.
So 5 seconds remaining in the period. Now, as an opposition coach, Rob, you hate to see that with 5 seconds to go in the period.
It's always tough. Any goal in the last sort of minute of play, especially when you're down 4-1, it's not ideal for Victoria. And their heads have dropped a little bit. And they'd be looking at the scoreboard now, wondering what's happened. They've had some play. The shots are 9-8 for Victoria, but they're on the wrong end of a 5-1 scoreline right now, so they'll have to regroup.
Okay, so having a look at the New South Wales bench, Rob, pretty happy the coaching staff would have to be there. Not much that can be said, just keep on doing what you're doing pretty much, basically. Absolutely,
Eric. They'll be pretty happy with the scoreline. And what it allows them to do, it allows Coach Downey to kind of roll through the lines and, conserve some legs for a possible finals berth here. 5-1, it's not over yet. We still have 30 minutes of hockey to play.
Absolutely. So having a look shortly at the Victoria bench here. Now, coach's hat on, Rob. What do you say to Victoria in this situation?
Oh, look, it's I think they've got to keep doing what they're doing. They've been on the wrong end of some bad luck here. And again, I don't think it's a 5-1 game at all. They've had some attacking time. They've had some shots on goal. They've scored a goal. And they're putting pressure on. They have some jump, but the score and the goals that New South Wales have scored, come off the back of a couple of deflections, a couple of bad luck, situations, and a puck off the backboard. So, I'd be stressing. I'd be stressing that look, the score doesn't reflect how you guys are playing. But they have to keep going. So
showing some love for Victoria here, the Boxall team for Victoria, and friends and family in the stands as well. So great to see all the atmosphere here, even though it is midweek. It is, after all, for many of these kids, school holidays.
Yeah, good for them. I mean, I'm sure there's some parents of some of these players chained to a desk somewhere, maybe in Victoria or down in Sydney, who are probably sneakily keeping an eye on the screen and listening to us maybe. But look, there's a lot of people in the stands here, and that's wonderful.
So the three Ninjas self-called line for New South Wales on the ice. Adam Mills-Steffner there centering. Anakin Vandersteen. There's some interesting names coming up now through the ranks, Rob. on the right-hand side. Milstefner, the puck balloons. Simmons, Hunter, Nalos, Milstefner, Nalos. Now they work back New South Wales. 5-1 the score at the start of the second period. Vandersteen, monstered there by Simmons. Simmons all to himself at the moment, up against the boards. But the Ninja line, they're certainly not afraid of coming up against somebody like Simmons as they come into neutral ice now. Milstefner losing it briefly. Trying to clear it out. Simmons, right-hand side. Here's Hunter. Got dispossessed well by New South Wales there. Back now for Simmons. Behind the net. New South Wales looking to clear it out. The penalty boxes are empty to start this second period. New South Wales on the counter-attack. Deflected high and out of play there by Jamison.
And you talked a bit at length about this line, Eric. There's two first years, DeFris and Milisten for his actual Ginsburg play-up. And I had the pleasure of coaching them last year in Ginsburg. And look, they play much bigger than their size. And they're fantastic hockey players, but they're also fantastic kids, and they were a pleasure to have around at the Ginsburg camp last year.
Shot on. Nelson under some pressure from Victoria. Back now, Lau's got an opportunity to clear it out. Or Lau could just use his speed, either way. Lau back in here for Davey. Davey under pressure, just managing to get it wide of the net of Stolly. New South Wales working it out at the defensive end on the right-hand side. That'll come for Nelson. Coming back now to lend a hand is Lau. Lau with it, getting pressured. He's got options left and right. Good forechecking pressure there by Arps. Now with a bit of room. That was dangerous, and Arps makes them pay.
Yeah, that was a bit difficult there for Lau. He looked left and he looked right, and he just didn't think he could force the pass through to the safe areas of the rink, and unfortunately he made the choice to try to go up the middle, and that's always bad news. And defense, I think the safe play when there's no play is always to go to the corner, to the wall. So look, that's a bit unfortunate for Lau. He's been fantastic this tournament and one of the stronger defensemen, but in that case maybe the wrong option, and probably put it on the stick of the wrong player to put it on too.
Learning experience, Rob, even though it's hard.
Absolutely.
Back now for New South Wales. Goal number 6 scored by Ups. Here comes Downey. Downey splitting them. Good save there by Stolly. Zamboni corner. Ups looking to take over now. Ups now. Battle up against the boards, up against Preston. Ups, corporate corner. Kept in the zone via Downey. Left-hand side. Around 1, around 2, around 3, setting it up. And that, I believe, is a hat trick for Les. Throw your hats, New South Wales fans. No, Rob, I won't eat yours onto the ice.
It's too cold to get rid of my hat. That's some great passing there from New South Wales. You mentioned that. It was a well-constructed goal. It wasn't just one player dangling in through the others. All three had a touch on that. And, the setup was to Les creeping in from the point, which he tends to do. And again, Jamison, no chance. It's just the passing's too quick, too good. And the end result is it's 7-1 for New South Wales.
Here comes Simmons now, leaves the puck behind. New South Wales entering the zone via Resnick, getting sent wide. Shot, big deflection. Victoria need to clear it out of there urgently. Simmons now with it down the left-hand side. Here's Simmons against Poppy Noon. Simmons now driving the net in front. There was a lot of blank space on the left-hand side after the follow-up via Hunter. But unfortunately, Simmons wasn't in the position. Now he gets a second chance, but held off at the pass by New South Wales. And there's a penalty coming against Victoria. McConnell getting forced around, centering off the frame. Victoria will touch up. Rob, power play. The penalty box door will be opening.
And Victoria for charging here. Looks like Hunter off to the box. And just want to mention that play from Simmons there, busting down the left wing. He's a right shot down the left wing, and quite often you'll see players kind of cop out a little bit on the pass and use their forehand, but good strong backhand across the crease to Hunter created a great chance before the play turned the other way, and Victoria now unfortunately takes a penalty and Hunter to the box.
And almost conceding a power play goal within 3 seconds. Shot from Downey, who just went slightly wide. 11:40 on the big clock, minute 50 on the small clock in the favour of New South Wales. An impossible angle almost. Trying to set up somebody in front. Narlos was just about to fire when the Victorian stick came in the way. Setting up now, Zeal looking to attack the net for New South Wales. Here's Lesk, left-hand circle, backhanded shovel by Narlos. Back for Lesk, right-hand circle, Arps. Arps with it, back now for Lesk. Lesk, Zamboni corner. Back now for New South Wales. Almost out of the zone, charging the call on the penalty. Back now for Arps. Arps steering the ship. Arps gets dispossessed. Newsflash, Hugo Arps is human. Back now for Narlos. Minute 5 of the power play remaining for New South Wales. Here comes Downey. Downey centering, trying to find somebody in front but couldn't. Out of the zone. Lesk has to come back and chase. 50 seconds of the penalty remaining. Lesk entering the zone. Lesk with it now. New South Wales with it. Up against the boards on the half wall. Victoria look to clear it out. Clearing it out. And that will come all the way back down. No icing on the penalty kill. So New South Wales having to come back. 30 seconds of the power play remaining. Full of running. Here's Zeal now entering the zone. Getting forced wide by Lau. Centering. Couldn't find anybody in sky blue in the front of the slot. And that'll come back down for Downey with 15 seconds of the power play. Back now for Arps. Arps with it now. Trying to cross all the lines. Does so. Arps weaving in and out of traffic. Lau, corporate corner. Power play over for Victoria. Back to even strength. Here's Downey trying to fire. Got his stick lifted there. In the slot. Back to full strength. And a goal on the left-hand side. It is now 8-1.
And just as the penalty ended, Eric, that's a clever pass from Arps, very unselfish, over to Sammy Nalos. And, well, Sammy Nalos isn't going to miss the empty net on that chance. And Jamison's having a drink of water. He's under fire here. And look, again, really no chance for him. They're just going backdoor across ice to the open man, and he's doing the best he can in there to hold the fort, but it's just too hard for him right now.
So Victoria are only bringing the one goalie, so you don't even have the opportunity to change goalies. You can't use an
That's right.
You can't use the e-bug for this sort of situation.
No, unfortunately you can't.
I did like Dawn's use of the word e-bugging the other day, by the way.
E-bugging, yes.
So back now for Van der Steen, almost on the New South Wales bench. Here comes Narlos, scorer of the last goal in defence up against Kirk and also Rogers. And out, they have to come out of the zone. Victoria, New South Wales on it now on the right-hand side. Here's Boyd now. Boyd trying to get around Kirk. New South Wales trying to stay down here. Victoria trying to keep it out.
That's a great check by Kirk as well. Looked at him square in the chest and threw a great body check.
Van der Steen back now for Boyd. Van der Steen centering. They're in numbers though. Here comes Victoria via Adams. Lots of atmosphere in the building. Adams retrieving the puck in front. Rogers fires. They needed somebody on the back door because there was a big rebound. Cafe corner. I hear the jelly beans are nice.
The jelly beans are delicious. I'd want some. If anyone's listening over there.
Oh, things can be arranged, Rob. Don't you worry about that. In the corner, up against the boards at skate higher corner. New South Wales trying to clear it out. 8:11 remaining across the face of goal. Nobody in Victorian blue there. Narlos there in New South Wales blue for New South Wales. Entering the zone now. Happy to come in, fire it in and come off for a change. New South Wales left-hand side now. Van der Steen with it. Briefs up Milstefner briefly. McConnell gets dispossessed. And into the neutral zone. McConnell. Cross ice for New South Wales. Here comes Van der Steen. Into the zone, Daly. Back now, centering pass. It was a nice shot from distance there by Davey. And again, does he have to play on?
Yeah, it's Davey with 2 quick shots in succession. Look, I don't want to see a whistle there. I think, under the rules now, you got to make Kai Stoley play that puck. That's probably giving New South Wales a bit of an opportunity there to get fresh legs on when they're a bit under the pump.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for Victoria, taken by Rogers. That number 1 still throws me, Rob. That's a goalie number.
Number 1, Rogers. He's been great.
Look at that. Rogers with the hit.
Just as
Cafe corner. Give that guy a jelly bean.
Just as I'm talking him up, too. He's been great. Like, he plays bigger than his size, and he's not afraid to go after anyone and create some contact.
Here we go again. Here's Rogers. I'm not much of a hockey traditionalist, Rob, except for the number 1.
Well,
up in the corner. Nelson with it now. Nelson still in possession. In front. It was a good couple of opportunities for Victoria. Falika with it there. New South Wales getting hemmed down here, and Victoria full of running now. It'll come back now for Nelson. Nelson, left-hand side, finds Lau. Lau trying to squeeze through a gap that wasn't there. It'll come all the way back now for Adams. Adams fires. Stolly saves. Number 1 shoots at number
Rogers
1
out there, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, and look, if he's going to keep playing the way he's playing, he can wear number 1 all day, every day.
The Rob Dushman seal of approval. Here's Zeal now centering. Lots of Victorians fighting over that chip. It'll come all the way back down underneath the central commentary position. Draper and Rogers again throwing hits under the CCP on one of the bigger guys on the team. Got to admire him for that, Rob, seriously.
Love him.
Back now for Simmons. Simmons now clearing it back into neutral ice. Touched on the way through, no icing. Draper back towards Cafe Corner. The population of the building has certainly increased as time goes on this afternoon. Semi-final action, semi-final 1 of the DeFris tournament. New South Wales back in the centre ice. Zamboni out in 5.5 minutes. All the sticks go flying on the New South Wales bench. New South Wales in defence, getting pressured, clearing it out their right-hand side. Hunter attacking the boards for Victoria. New South Wales trying to clear it out via Draper, and does. Backhanded shovel there by Arps. Entering the zone, New South Wales on the left, getting around Adams. I think the 6 falling is the only thing that's gone wrong for New South Wales so far, Rob. Shot goes slightly wide from Draper. New South Wales with it. It's Hugo Art. It's Downey rather. Downey fires, and a good save there, and he needed to make it there. Jamison out of the zone. Good work there by Victoria to clear it out. 4:44 on the big clock. Here comes Arps again. Arps with it. Arps trying to squeeze through gaps. There the puck is right under in the 5 hole, and it is saved. Little bit of pushy shovey. 4:35 remaining in the second. New South Wales 8-1.
Yeah, and you see Hugo Arps with the clever
goalie change.
Clever toe drag there, squeezing through the defense, but at the last second, the Victoria defense just got a stick in there and knocked the puck loose, and it just went forward right into Jamison. So, and Victoria just they're taking the play a little bit to New South Wales in the last sort of 3 or 4 minutes. They'll be very happy, and that's off the back of Sonny Rogers probably giving them a spark.
So New South Wales goalie change during all that. Lulumar on now, just rotation purposes. Certainly can't complain about a goalie who has only conceded 1 goal. Back now for New South Wales firing, and it was a good save there by Jamison in the form of Marcus Calhoun.
Yeah, that goalie change, like you point out, that's through, that's probably something that Coach Derek Downey had in his mind, depending on, how the game went, whether he would do that or not. And obviously he likes what he sees so far, and he's pretty happy to give both of his goalies equal time here in the semifinal.
So Nelson now trying to clear it out for Victoria, back in towards neutral ice. 4:10 remaining on the big clock before the Zamboni break. Back Draper got sandwiched. Downey fires. And just helping it back into the gloves there, Lau, giving his goalie some love.
And we talked a lot about Jamison, and look, Derek Downey's son, Aiden, he's got a pretty wicked shot on him, and I love the way Jamison just comes out and plays at the top of the crease. You know, it's hard to get goalies to come off that goal line. They need to be successful, they need to get off the goal line and get out, cut down angles, and he does it very well.
Kept into the zone via Draper. Draper fires in some traffic. New South Wales with it, 3:50 remaining. Left-hand side, centering pass. Hugo Arps gets dispossessed. Victoria trying to clear it out of the very congested slot area all the way down. And, of course, not to mention James upside down here in the AI with the Bears, Rob.
Yeah, absolutely.
So play continues. All fun at the Downey household. Back now for Rogers. Up against the board. 3:25 remaining in the second. 8-1 New South Wales. And that'll come all the way back out. It's fair to say that New South Wales are at the top of the mountain and they've planted their flag there. Calhoun centering. Victoria trying to clear it out of the slot and do all the way back down. 3:10 remaining, and that will come back for icing.
I think Justin Shepherd, like I said, will be very pleased with the last sort of 7-8 minutes from Victoria. You mentioned how they're going to keep going. I think they've showed how they're going to keep going. It's just through heart and determination. They haven't given up. They're just going to keep battling, and that's great to see.
And of course, after this, Rob, there is a gold medal game and a bronze medal game as well.
Yeah, it's not over for either one of these teams after this game.
Back now, Preston clearing it out for Victoria. That'll come all the way back for Brian for New South Wales. Brian, left-hand side, up against the boards. New South Wales now on the attack via Vandersteen. He's got Nullis for company. Lots of traffic in the slot. Vandersteen's trying to sneak in. Milstefner trying to sneak in, but Jamison says no.
And 2:43 left in period 2 here. Eric, and I think you mentioned James Downey from, he's with the Bears now, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think he's part of that family.
Oh, really?
No. I think he's same name, same spelling, different family maybe.
Might have to find out about that one.
We should find out.
Probably too much of a coincidence if it wasn't.
I know there's an older brother. We'll see him next week in Tange.
Back now underneath the central commentary position. Narlos up against C. Victoria trying to clear it out of the defensive end with 2:30 remaining. There's probably Boffins looking at elite prospects as we speak. Back now for New South Wales, centering Victoria, trying to clear it out now via Simmons. Simmons with a lot of time and space. Milstefner attacking. Good save there by Lily Marr coming in. Opportunities, spinorama there by Simmons. 2 minutes remaining in the period. Up against the boards. Probably better that hit didn't really work on Vandersteen on the receiving end of that one, Rob.
Yeah, definitely. These Simmons and Hunter, they're beasts out there. I love how they play. They use their body. They're physical. They fly around using those long legs, and they shoot the puck hard. They've been great so far. Back
now, New South Wales trying to clear it out of their defensive end. Crowd certainly well and truly invested. Doesn't matter what shade of blue or if you're a neutral. Back now for Lau.
Oh, the spinorama by Lau.
Nice work there. And he throws the hit. Back now, New South Wales in centre ice. Vandersteen on to Milstefner. Milstefner with a shot. Vandersteen was millimetres or inches, depending on your unit of measurement of trying to convert that one. It comes back now for Jamison, who holds and saves. Yes, I did hear the 200 foot or 60 metres of ice.
Absolutely, and that's the game Lau plays. I mean, when he goes up, when he attacks, when he crosses the red line and the attacking blue line, he's usually first back, and you saw that there. He came back and stopped that rush after being the first one up the ice. So, you don't mind it when they can get back and defend as well. So, another good player for Victoria.
So, New South Wales trying to stay down here. There is 1 minute of play remaining in the second period. That's what I said, JD. Up against the corner. My co-commentator from yesterday in the house announcing this game, John D. Cleared out by Nelson. And that will come back for icing with about 47 seconds remaining in the second period. It's really flown though by Rob. There hasn't been a lot of stops, 5 minutes arguing about something. It's just been end-to-end stuff.
It has been back and forth, and several of these games have gone long passages in both divisions, both the Vauxhall and DeFris. Long periods of play without stoppages. So this trend continues.
Back now, Victoria managed to clear it out of their zone via Davey, finding Willett now, getting sent wide by Poppy Noon, centering up against the boards. 30 seconds remaining in the period. One last opportunity possibly for New South Wales, setting themselves up on the left-hand side, but Nelson got the stick in there, caused the turnover. Victoria on the attack with 19 seconds remaining. Another turnover, but you're not going to mind that by Zeal. Zeal with it now, trying to fire, trying to get past Nelson. It was a wide open net. New South Wales couldn't take advantage. 5 seconds remaining. Here's Lesk firing, going high, and that will be the end of a highly entertaining game. Despite the distance between the two teams on the scoreboard, New South Wales, Rob, 8-1.
8-1 New South Wales, shots 25-19, and as we pointed out a couple of times through the first 30 minutes, I don't think the score reflects the way the game's played out so far. I mean, look, obviously New South Wales have been the better side, and they've just capitalized on all their chances. They've capitalized on a couple of good breaks, a couple of bounces, and the scores got away a little bit from Victoria, but to their credit and to Justin Shepherd's credit, talking to them after the first period when they could have probably dropped their heads and packed up and gone home for the afternoon, they've done the opposite. They've come out, they've been physical, they've got jump, and they're not going away. Like you said, there's another game tomorrow for them. It's 8-1. The game's not over yet, but they've got to keep some focus on getting ready to play another game tomorrow as well. So we're going to take a little bit of a break.
I'll run for the scores first, then we'll go for a break.
Well, there you go.
So New South Wales opened the scoring. Leski's 4th goal of the tournament, assisted by Arps and Downey. And then Downey, 13th goal of the season, assisted by Arps. Leski's 2nd goal of the game, 5th of the tournament, assisted by Calhoun and Downey. Simmons then replied for Victoria, his 4th goal of the tournament, assisted by Hunter. That was the one off the face-off. A short-handed goal to Arps, his 24th for the tournament. Some people don't even score that in an AI season. Short-handed unassisted goal for Arps. And then a power play goal for McConnell, his 4th for the tournament, assisted by Zeal. That was the first period. The second period, 3 goals. Arps, his 25th goal of the tournament, unassisted. Lesk, his 6th goal of the tournament and his hat-trick goal, assisted by Arps, and Nalos, the final one. And we've got some YMCA action happening up there at the corporate box. His 4th for the tournament, Arps, assisted by Zeal. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play. New South Wales 8, Victoria 1, Eric Brooken and Rob Dushman with you. Back soon. Welcome back to the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. That I found out, by the way, Rob, the ambient temperature in here is about 5 degrees. The ice temperature is set to -7, so ambient's about 5. But in other news that we've found out, thank you to Gabe Roblito, the Downey family tree. So Derek, who is the coach of the team, the New South Wales DeFris team who I was talking to earlier, he is James Upside Downey's uncle. James Downey's dad is Colin Downey, and both Derek and Colin were goalies in Scotland.
Well, there you go.
I knew somebody would knew and get straight on me. I don't usually check my phone during games, but I had a reason to, I think, and so thank you, Gabe.
Shout out to Gabe.
He's a mine of information, Gabe Robolito.
We're ready to go here.
We certainly are. 15 minutes on the clock, and we're back now. New South Wales leading this one 8-1. It'll come back now for Marcus Calhoun. Calhoun enters the zone, can't get a shot on because Lau was in the way of that one for Victoria. New South Wales on a fresh sheet of ice, as are Victoria. Les keeping it in the zone for New South Wales. Here's Les, 3 goals already. It'll come back now for Draper for New South Wales. Draper getting forced all the way back to his own goal line. Early stages of the third period. Nelson there providing some resistance, or C rather. Back now for Lau. Lau just kept it in the zone, off the skates of Simmons on the way through. Sometimes that works for you, Rob, sometimes against you. Hockey luck. Back now for Lau at his defensive end for Victoria. Loving all the signs showing support for Victoria, by the way. Entering the zone, here comes New South Wales. New South Wales on the defence. Victoria on the attack. And it was great work there, but out of the zone. And that'll come all the way back now for Adams. Cross ice pass for Lau. Zeal on the attack now. Heading forward. Lau back there. He's done a mountain of work for Victoria in defence. They need to clear it out of the sight. They do. It was great work coming through by Simmons. Linking up now with Hunter. Hunter crosses the line. Hunter walks in slot. It was a deflection into the Zamboni corner. Back now Simmons. Centering pass again. Victoria. Back now for Hunter. Centering. Simmons in front. Backdoor opportunity. Slightly wide and off target. So Mar in net, having been the backup goalie to start with for New South Wales. A goalie change in that second period for reasons. Back now for Hunter, just to give people fair and equal ice time. Across the face of goal, but nobody in the Victorian blue could get it. Kept in the zone well by Adams. Zamboni corner, cleared out by New South Wales, and that'll come all the way back now for Preston. Preston just happy to smash it in. Partial line change for New South Wales. Bryan comes onto the ice. Poppy Noon now, centering. Back for New South Wales via Zeal. Just happy to dump it in. And that'll come back towards Cafe corner. Kept in the zone via New South Wales via Resnick. Shot fired there by Zeal. Just got the shin pads on the way through, all the way back down. And that will come back for icing. So quick question, Rob. This is a mixed gender competition and age group. When does it separate into male and female? Is it the next age group up?
It's the U18 age group, Eric. Yeah, it's male and female up to that point, and at Tange level, they separate off into some separate hockey. The girls can't play with the boys anymore.
So back now, New South Wales looking to attack down their left-hand side. Preston with a backhanded shovel. Back now for Bryan. And of course, after this game and after the second semi-final, we go into the Stephanie Boxall women's competition semi-finals as well. Mil Stefner, one of the 3 ninjas. Back now for Lau. Reinforcements arrive. Williott. Lau trips over somebody's stick. That was Vandersteen's stick that he'd accidentally dropped. Battle in the corner, out of the zone. So Williott will have to turn and chase. And here comes Narlos, who's got himself a goal already. Applying pressure and putting the much bigger Williott into the boards, up against the boards in skate higher corner. The puck eventually comes through in the favour of New South Wales. Good shot there by Van der Steen, but well saved there by Jamison.
And there's that line again, Eric. They buzz around the ice so quickly, and you saw Nalos there caught the Victoria defense a bit unawares with the speed that he entered that corner in.
So back now for New South Wales attacking his own face-off. Downey, now that we've sorted out the Downey family tree, up in the corner. New South Wales looking to go in the attack. Here's Arps now. Arps now trying to walk in. Lots of Victorian sticks in the way. Lots of families in the game, and there's another example of another family member, Downey. We worked out the family tree. We already knew he knows how to score goals, and that makes it goal number 9.
Yeah, that's just a clever pass out from behind the net again by Hamish Calhoun, finding Downey's tape, and he's not going to make too many mistakes from there.
So while we've got a brief moment too, Rob, just like to send out a shout out to Poppy King after the injury a little bit earlier on in the earlier game. Last I spoke to the Victorian, she was going okay, but I don't think she'll be on the bench after the incident this morning. So shout out to Poppy King, and I know her Victorian teammates and Victorian hockey communities sending out their support and love to her. Back now for Downey. Downey now just circling right-hand side. Got the stick of Van der Net. And here's Rogers now. Rogers gets on his horse and goes. You probably get that reference there, Rob. Up against the boards. And well held there by Marr on the right-hand post.
Yeah, I'm just old enough to get that reference, Eric. Yeah, that's a good one. Well done.
Thank you, mate. I haven't been haven't been working on that one. So back now in the slot. Here's Lesk. Air swing there by Lau, which could have been dangerous because Arps was armed, ready and dangerous. Here's Downey clearing it out. Doesn't matter what section of the ice he is. Here's Arps now. Arps enters the zone. Fire slightly wide. Cleared out there by Preston. Victoria looking to get out of their defensive end. Here's Downey again. Downey with it, getting sent wide. Has some support by Draper. Draper does a good job of keeping it in the zone for New South Wales. Harps flirts with the blue line. Harps now trying to squeeze through a gap. Has some support down low. Jamison falls, but fortunately Victoria gave him some assistance by getting the puck out of there. Back in the neutral ice, turning around and chasing is Will Preston. Victoria with the puck. They do have some speed, Rob.
Yeah, they're quick. Preston around behind the net there outraced the New South Wales forechecker to make a great breakout pass, and unfortunately shut down at the red line.
So back now for Victoria, looking to go left, seeing that the left was congested. Lau gets around Zeal, crosses all the lines, walks in, but gets sent wide by Poppy Noon. Almost some stick action there for Mr. Calhoun. Downey entering the zone of his defensive zone at least. Forcing that wide, and that no icing waved off. And it will come back now. New South Wales doing enough to negate the icing. It'll come all the way back now for Hunter. Hunter getting into the neutral zone. Let's see if Hunter can get into the attacking zone of New South Wales. He does. Hunter on the attack. Back now into Zamboni corner. Hunter centering pass, finds Noon for New South Wales. Back for Hunter in Zamboni corner, centering again, trying to find Adams, or more importantly probably Simmons. Here's McConnell now. McConnell centering. Nobody could connect. There was some pressure coming back from Adams, which was vital. And there is a penalty coming on the play. So they managed to just get the attention of Lily Marr for New South Wales for him to come off for the extra attacker. New South Wales, Rob, heading towards the power play.
Yeah, and that's going to be a kneeing penalty to
Adams.
Declan Adams. Didn't quite catch it from up here, but obviously, I think the New South Wales player trying to get to the net there, and just a bit of contact, a bit of wayward contact. Again, nothing really malicious or deliberate from Adams. Just caught the New South Wales player slightly with the knee.
So an attacking zone face-off and power play starting up for New South Wales, firing from distance high, and that'll come all the way back down. Brian will have to turn and chase. 7:40 on the big clock, 1:45 on the small clock. Right-hand side. Kept in the zone by Rogers. Up against the boards. New South Wales clearing it out, finding Vandersteen, finding Narlos. I was looking for Milstefner. Milstefner's the trailer there now. Milstefner can't get her hand on it. Victoria there in the slot. Vandersteen, and it got pushed aside there by Jameson. So the three Ninjas working well together. Milstefner, left-hand side. Milstefner again. Back now for Boyd. Boyd fires. The puck is out. Milstefner could have got the puck there. It was back now for Brian. Brian at his own defensive end. He's got Boyd for company. Narlos will come back now with it. Brian goes for a skate down the left-hand side. Getting past the couple, crossing all the lines, leaving the puck behind at the end and out of the zone and back into neutral. 6:40 remaining with 45 seconds of the New South Wales power play remaining. New South Wales working it out of their own defensive end. Milstefner now with it. Gets around one. Doesn't get around the second one. Narlos back now for Lau. Lau walks in, tries to get a shot on, but finds Brian. I think Brian was a bit angry that it got him in the shin pad. Back now, Lau centering. A bit too strong there for Davey. Davey recovers, centering. Trying to find Chen, who's got the very distinctive red helmet. And that will come back for New South Wales via Vandersteen near the door of doom.
And this is a 2-minute power play and no change for New South Wales. So they'll be looking to get some fresh legs on the ice, and the penalties expired. Both teams at full strength now.
So back for Narlos, getting sent wide. New South Wales with it. Right-hand side near Cafe Corner. New South Wales walking in. Back into the corner, Vandersteen. Back now for Lesk. Lesk with it, looking for a lane that's open. Draper fires from distance, wide. Nelson comes in to contribute. Vandersteen out of the zone via Draper. And the Ninjas will be called back to the Ninja Den. Or the dojo. That's where the three Ninjas should go, back to the dojo.
You're on fire, Eric.
Oh, I just thought of Pete Lambert when I thought of that one. Back up against the board, Simmons. Cross ice, back into Cafe Corner. Drape up, backhanded shovel. We'll come back now for Victoria at their defensive end. Looking to clear it out of immediate danger, not cause more danger. Nelson has Downey in the windscreen and the rearview mirror. I love a metaphor, Rob. I'm sure you figured that out by now.
I have.
Back now for Arps. Arps weaving, swerving, but not scoring.
Great save, Jamison.
Great save indeed. Back now, Victoria trying to clear it out. Almost cleared out. Arps now cleared out. Here's an opportunity for Victoria. Hunter has no support. And it was great work in defence by Draper. Draper clearing it out, finding Downey. And it will come now. It was just tapped on by Marcus Calhoun. So here's an opportunity on the replay.
Yeah, that's Jamison with the save again on that replay from Arps, going hard to the net there. Tried to go 5-hole, but Jamison closed the door, and we still have a 9-1 game here, and New South Wales with only the one goal this period. That's pretty positive so far for Victoria.
Back now, trying to cross all the lines, leaving it off now for Calhoun. Calhoun off balance, recovers, centering, trying to find Arps in front of the net. And I suppose too, Rob, if you're facing someone like Hugo Arps as a goal, you don't know where they're going and how they're going to get there. Whereas some people, that was just a blatant shove out of the way by Super Nintendo Chalmers. just flung into the corner. Back into the back of the goal frame. It'll be left now for Draper. As people learn the game, if they don't have all the skills yet, you know how they're going to shoot. Hugo Arps, not so much. Arps comes in. 5 holes there. The puck's still free. Victoria clear it out. Kept in the zone via Arps. On the left-hand side briefly. Out of the zone. Here's Chalmers again. Chalmers now. Arps comes back with it. And Arps with it, trying to clear it out. Got a bit of a stick of Kirk on the way through. Back into neutral ice we go. On the right-hand side, in towards Cafe Corner. He's watchful, Jamison. Up against the boards. Reinforcements arriving from both teams. Partial line change for New South Wales. The puck just needs to continue to move. New South Wales through Connell. Connell hits the boards hard. Oh, I think he's done his shoulder. That doesn't look good for him. Up against the boards.
Yeah, he's up.
He's up.
He's, holding that shoulder or collarbone, one of the two, but he's not. Yeah, he's going to come to the bench now.
He'll get checked out. Zeal in some traffic. Sent wide in the slot. Victoria there in numbers. Out of the zone. Back into neutral ice. Nelson certainly throwing her body into it all.
We're all over there. I think there's 9 players over on that side right now.
Back now. New South Wales trying to leave their defensive zone. There are 2 minutes remaining in the third period. Up against the boards now, New South Wales. Well and truly, the mountain is at top of the mountain. They're just waiting for the helicopter to take them back down to the ground level. Back for now for Nalos, entering all the zones. Firing wide, no action required there by Jamison. And this period, Rob's gone really quick.
Flown by, Eric.
Back now. Oh, that was a turnover. That was high. Secondary opportunity by Williard. Couldn't take advantage of the second one. The first one was a good one. Back now for Brian. Brian shoots, but into the shins there. Up against the boards. Into neutral ice. Here comes Victoria through Chambers. Chambers fires. No action required. And they come up now. Nalos into Zamboni corner. There is 1 minute remaining in the third period. Up against the boards. Nalos trying to get out of there. New South Wales have numbers and they'll look to clear it out. 50 seconds of play. New South Wales going through to the gold medal game in the DeFris tournament for 2024. Up against the boards as the clock winds down. 40 seconds remaining. New South Wales had it briefly via Resnick. Cafe corner. New South Wales just happy to occupy the time, just electing to go backwards. They'll set things up again. The crowd will start to count down with 20 seconds remaining. Resnick, it'll come back for Preston. Preston will clear it out as if it's the first minute of the game, not the 60th. Boyd, here's he trying to fire, gets around one. 10 seconds remaining. Up against the boards in the corner, corporate box corner. Out of the zone, and New South Wales will be able to celebrate and go through to the gold medal game of the DeFris tournament for 2024 with a comprehensive 9-1 win against Victoria, who Rob Dushman was certainly not disgraced.
No, they weren't, Derek. Look, they came out, they only lost that period 1-0. That would have been probably just a small goal within the game for Coach Shepard that he set for his team just to limit the damage or, try to win that period. They didn't disgrace themselves at all the entire game, in my opinion. New South Wales just a little bit too strong, a little bit too deep, and they're a pretty complete team right now. But, Victoria, they showed some glimpses that they could play with New South Wales, and they can look forward to tomorrow to a bronze medal matchup with either against WA or SA. And as for New South Wales, they'll move on to the gold medal match against the winner of that second semi-final.
So the only goal, Rob, of that third and final period was Downey, his 14th goal of the tournament, assisted by Marcus Calhoun. So if we have a look at the goal scorers for this game, Lesk ended up with 3, Arps and Downey with 2, McConnell and Nalos with 1, and for Victoria, Billy Simmons picked up the only goal. Stick taps all round for the Victorian fans there. And the Boxall women over there certainly celebrating and supporting their teammates from another competition. Of course, everyone knows everybody at this sort of level.
Yeah, well, one of the good things about this format, Eric, it's the first time it's been used. It's the first time that national championships have been held. There's been a couple, but not recently. But all four national championships, the Boxall and the junior age group ones, are here at the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. And when it was discussed, that's one of the benefits. You make a list of pluses and minuses, and just the teams, the states being able to support each other through these things. And we've seen it a few times through the week that, the DeFris kids are here supporting the Boxall team, and, it's reciprocated. So we'll see it again in the next 4 days once Tange and Ginsberg start. So it's been fantastic so far.
Absolutely. Rob, fantastic to have your company. We'll see you for semi-final number 2 as well in DeFris.
Yeah, we're back. That was a pleasure working with you, and we'll do it all again in about 15 minutes.
Absolutely. So on behalf of Rob Dushman and the entire Thought Fox Media crew, thank you for watching. I've been Eric Brook. We'll see you shortly for semi-final 2, South Australia versus Western Australia. Back soon. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.